I just love the sound of that water trickling. Welcome back to Big Brisk TV, and on today's episode, I'm gonna do a water change. I've been checking the ammonia levels and the nitrite and nitrate. I haven't picked up a nitrite or nitrate reading. They're both reading zero, but the ammonia has been climbing. As of the last test, I had 4 parts per million, and I also went out and picked up a couple more plants. I got this, and then this, and then what else did I do? Oh, I moved the 4-leaf clover up front. It's a foreground plant. It was tucked back there behind the filter. I actually added this bamboo. You can see the roots there that my wife was growing in the windowsill. And for the third plant, can't find it. Let's see, one, two. Oh, this guy up here. Yeah, I realized that a couple of these plants, they needed to be not submerged under the sand or the substrate, and so that's what I did here. But anyway, in this episode, oh, and I also added a handful of these little guys, rosy red minnows. They were in the tank at the local Petco to be, sold as feeders, 29 cents each, and I used to feed my fish. It's natural. It's a circle of life. But I thought that they would help out in cycling the tank. And I'm noticing these little guys. Some of them are showing up a little red around the gills. And one of the little guys didn't make it. I'm not going to show him on camera, but they seem to be doing pretty okay in there. So I paid for 5, but I think I got about 8 of them. And so this guy, I glued to a rock. It's also tied there. And the other guy, I just have him wedged in between that tree and a rock, between a rock and a hard place. And yeah, I found one of the snails crawling. And so I'm just gonna test the water real quick. I'll do it off camera, and then I'm gonna get started with the water change. I picked up this stuff. API tap water conditioner. This is the super strength. It's 16 fluid ounces, and as per the directions, to remove chlorine and chloramine, you only need 1 ml, and it has this handy dandy dosing cap. I can't see it right now, but yeah, if you can see up there, it has a line for 5 ml and then 10 ml. So I need 1 to remove chlorine and chloramine per 20 gallons, and then add 5 for each 30 to remove chloramines. So I'm gonna dose about 1.5 mLs. This is about 20, I would say 25 gallons of water, halfway on a 55-gallon tank. But with all that substrate, 50 pounds of substrate and the rocks and everything, you can't see it from here, but if you look on the side, it's pretty deep in the back there. So that's taking up a lot of the water. So I'm gonna just dose for 20 gallons. So I'm gonna shut off the pump, and I have to remember to also shut off the heater, because even though the heater isn't on, as soon as the water level drops, that heater will come on and start sizzling. So it was a little toasty, dark in the tube area, but the glass didn't crack. So I'm gonna do a water check, water test, and then I'm gonna bust out my trusty garden hose that I cut to fit the length to my bathroom, and get right to that. So I'll be right back. So it's been 5 minutes. I am wearing the Patty Smurf, but as you can see, my timer is set for the jerk chicken that I'm grilling upstairs. So I just eyeballed it. It's been 5 minutes, and I tested for ammonia and nitrite. So let's go for the ammonia, and the result is there. That's looking like 4 ppm to me. What do you think? Put it up against the white background. I have some good light coming through my skylight. So yeah, it's definitely time for a water change. And then the nitrite, still Smurfy blue. So no nitrite at this point. I checked for nitrate yesterday and it was 0. So, you know, I'm not a noob to this, to aquaria, but I am definitely a noob to the planted tank thing. And for some reason I was thinking, wait, but if I drain all the water and do a water change, I'll lose all my beneficial bacteria. No, the beneficial bacteria sticks to surfaces. So any surface inside your tank, the beneficial bacteria will stick to that. So on the substrate, which is why some people just use a load of substrate. Substrate, the aquarium glass, walls, the filter media, and there's only the Whisper bio bag type filter in that filter just to polish the water a little bit, but it also helps. And there's an insert in there. Let me show you. This insert helps with the beneficial bacteria, you know, to give it a bigger surface. You can see I have a lot of duckweed in there. Duckweed gets everywhere, but the beneficial bacteria will cling to those little surfaces. So every little nook and cranny of your tank. And then this is just you know, one of these filter floss type media. I don't have any carbon in there, but yeah. So let's get that length of of hose, of garden hose, and get this water change going. The way these fish are swimming over here lets me know there's some current coming from that waterfall there. And this little guy over here, he's chilling, so the current gets less and less as it gets that way, toward that way of the tank. But anyway, I have this handy power strip down here where I have everything plugged in for the tank. So the light is off, but I'm just gonna go and hit that. That's gonna turn off my light, the pump, and the heater. And I have my trusty length of garden hose here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this show on the road. Okay, so the water has been changed. It's a lot clearer now, at least on film. When you get close up, you can see all the particulates floating, but that's neither here nor there. We all know that that's gonna clear up. And the sand kind of blew around in a couple of areas. So I have to get in there and, you know, clean that up a bit. So the plants look like they're doing okay. As far as having the water level go down that far, I'll have to check the video back again and see what moved and what stayed put. I know that piece of wood moved a little bit because it's kind of, they're all just jammed in there between the rocks and the substrate. So I noticed that this one, I'm gonna call it the staghorn branch, was sticking way up. Actually, it was sticking out of the tank when I first did the setup. But you know, they're getting used to where they're going. Oh, that guy kind of fell down a little bit. Let me get in there and fix him. But yeah. So I went in and fixed up the wood a little bit. A couple of plants were kind of floating. This fern back here, I moved them. They said they'd like to be near the water flow, and it helps keep moss growing, algae from growing on the leaves. So I moved it over here. It's just wedged in between those two rocks, if you can see down in there. Let's see. Come on. Yeah, I think that's an Asian fern. I'll put the names. But yeah, the little bambulet, it's just hanging out back there. Got its leaves out of the water and then the roots submerged. And that filter is picking up that duckweed, so that'll settle. You know, the duckweed will settle. But I usually scoop it up and then put it over here where there's less water movement. But with that, I'm okay. The temperature remained the same. Temperature matched the water when I changed it. So I'm gonna do a water test. I won't bore you with that, but make sure those what was it? The ammonia went down, and I'll do another update once I start reading nitrites and then nitrates. And you guys let me know if it's too early to start putting in root tabs for some of these root plants. I mean, I kind of want to start burying root tabs, but because of that skylight that's right above me, you know, I'm dreading the algae. Like I said in the previous videos, I was already a plant farmer. I had a planted tank in that my fish tank was full of algae because of the skylight, and you know, a lack on my part with the husbandry of the tank. But let me know what you think. Feel free to leave me a comment in the comment section. Like this video, hit it with the thumbs up. It really helps out. Subscribe if you haven't, so that you can see the ongoing progress of this tank. Hopefully it progresses once it gets fully cycled. Give me some suggestions on what fish I should stock this with. I mean, I'm gonna get a few. I don't know, some schooling fish, and I don't know what else, but maybe some cardinals or some of those pork chop looking tetras. I don't know. Let me know. But anyway, thanks for coming back. Stick with me. Everybody stay well. This is Big Briss TV. Big Briss out.